What's up, guys? Welcome to the vlog. We are in prep for USA's. We are about 7.5 weeks out, and we're going to be hitting chest day and showing you a little update of what the physique is like at the end with a nice, good, full chest pump. We've got Steven Cochran here helping me along with my chest day. He's also going to be hitting it with us, but
yeah, I'm just going to push him through the paces, make sure everything's being hit properly, and he's getting that good, nice contraction and squeeze.
Yeah, so let's go get after it. After Amateur Olympia, judges said a little bit of the feedback was they wanted more volume to the upper chest, so aiming to bring out the volume and size to the upper chest with more striations.
It's a building day, whether you're cutting or bulking. You always make the tissue better. I started at 25.
Shoot me a text tomorrow after you get the link page and everything, so I can start working on it. I'll get a notification.
I was ready.
Yeah. I always have more time to work on that stuff. That's why
I haven't really stretched out yet, so I'm trying to be a little scarce with my pec because it's still a little jacked up from being torn last year. It's really nice and slow.
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
I'll send it over as like a PDF.
So I feel like up in my pec minor, I tore like micro tore up in here, so when I'm on this machine, I really have to like sit in a very certain spot, so that's why I have no weight on it until I figure out where it is. Then I have to make sure that if somebody else moves it, I know exactly what hole I'm on. But it makes it a little harder to kind of, if I need to, hit a different part of the pec, because then I have to kind of start like from scratch all over again, trying to feel if I'm going to re-injure it or not. So, but
yeah, we're aiming for no injuries.
Zero. Damien needs 0 injuries for the rest of his life.
Thank God it's not leg day again, because my knee is always pissed.
Well, at least you didn't break a machine yesterday.
Yeah, no shit.
My shit's still messed up.
Yeah, we were doing RDLs, and the pad was like this, and then mid-set, it was just...
It dropped from the second hole from the top all the way down
to the bottom.
And I had 4 plates on each side, and it just was... And so my knee instantly swelled up with fluid, and...
Wait, what were you doing RDLs on?
My outer quad was
reverse hack squat?
Yeah, the one right here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I was like standing kind of like, I just had my feet, like here's the wording of it. So I had my feet back a little bit farther, but...
Thankfully he wasn't like bent over into the movement anymore. He was like standing
I was like
straight.
coming like right here, and I was almost like full like position locked to where when I hit it, like I was just normal stance almost, but when it came down, I was like, yep, that didn't feel right. I finished my set though. I just threw it back down to the bottom, did my set, made sure I got a good squeeze, just went a little slower.
Crazy part, the pin was fully intact. It was in. Yeah. But somehow it unlocked.
It unlocked and slipped out. Just 4 plates on it.
Damn.
But we were looking at it, and that one's not the highest rated weight one, even though it has the bar to handle more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the machine itself can handle it. I think it's the weight of the pad can.
Because I think they only use like a grade 2 steel can. I think it forced it out. It's a grade 5 like it should have been.
So did it break?
No. What are the odds of that? Like, seriously, what are the odds of popping a fully intact pin out of place and dropping 7 inches? That's my luck though. He's getting bigger. Let's make him small for a while. He can't grow. Oh man. Plus I always like working out with Damien. Like I know this is like his video, his vlog. but we always get a good pump together.
Yeah.
No matter whose time it is,
Yeah.
you know? And that's kind of the nice thing about working out. We can daytime, train with a team, doesn't matter. We always get a good pump together.
Yeah.
So we push each other too, so makes it nice. Should go to a little light today. It's kind of weird.
It does, which is good.
I didn't even sleep good last night. I had like 2 hours last night.
Yeah.
Time to eat, buddy.
Is that what went off?
Yeah. We'll eat after the video.
Yeah, we'll eat it.
Yeah. After the workout. Yeah, Steve and I have been having gym incidents all week. He fucked up the reverse hack squat. I snapped a cable on the cable rows.
Full stack came.
Full stack, and yeah, just popped right off. Handle came with me and everything. Didn't get it on video, but that would have been badass actually.
Let's go, come on.
You heard it, Ryan. We gotta upgrade some stuff.
You want to stay there, being that this is the first exercise? Up one, up a little bit. Right there.
Missed it.
You want to stay here because this is the first exercise?
Yeah. Yeah. The squeeze felt good.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a nice stretch at the bottom too,
That's what I was.
and I'm able to actually go a little farther than normal even with my pec.
Yeah. I could have went like faster on the reps, but I really wanted to feel everything.
Yeah,
so
I've been kind of just
yeah.
slow because I tend to try to burn through them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know I'm doing it until I see it on video. It's like, oh man, you gotta slow down again.
Benefit of us working out during the daytime, we don't have clients immediately after this, so so it makes life a little easier, and we can actually focus a little more on the workout.
Not rush.
Yeah.
I hate rushing. It's a big pet peeve of mine. I don't like rushing anywhere. I like everything planned, precise, you know. OCD is all get out. When anything doesn't come to fruition, my brain don't like it very much. It does not like it whatsoever. Key is like, you know, a lot of people do this and they'll bring their butt up. They'll have it out like out here. Just keep your ass flat, chest up. Great squeeze. Really good tension on the actual pec minor. It's actually a really good stretch for me today. Usually when it stretches like that, I can feel like it wants to snap again. And lately it hasn't felt like that, so.
I also feel like when people lift their butt up, they're either trying to make it easier or
It's more of a flat at that point in time, you know?
it's more, you're almost doing flat bench. But it's also like, for a good back even, and like to press really well, you work on your thoracic mobility.
Yeah.
So that you can actually like arch your ribs up instead of moving forward, because it feels like my ribs are up, but if I'm here, I'm gonna get way more upper chest.
So you're saying it's a compensation thing for people thinking they're lifting their chest up?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're overcompensating by bringing their butt away from the chest. Nice. Bench. Easy.
Today's also a high carb day, so even this deep in prep with being 7.5 weeks out, almost 7 weeks out since it's Thursday. High carb day is still 1,000 grams of carbs. We don't cheat or defer from the plan either. Pretty much just eat cream of rice and rice all day. Most people, when they have a higher carb day, they find alternate sources to get their prep. I like to keep it really clean. So even on low carb day, we just drop down to 200. So we're actually eating fairly adequate most of the time of the week. 200 personally feels fairly low. I'm very hungry those days. I'll usually finish 200 grams of carbs by my 4th meal, and then my last 2 meals are just straight protein. But yeah, just staying after it, able to actually get lean on 1,000 grams of carbs, which is gonna, later when we show you the pump, it's actually gonna look very full and crazy because of how lean I am already at almost 7 weeks out.
I'm just eating, bro.
Huh?
I'm just eating all the food.
That's how I'm trying to say this year, just fucking lean. Lean and grow.
Big, bro. 245 before you come here. Okay. You say so, Dad.
Nah, just taking one day at a time. Trying to adjust to not being lean, which is mentally a rough thing.
It's not fun to lose your abs.
No. And they're like almost gone. A little bit more here, a little more here. That's like a hard thing to see in the mirror first thing in the morning, so.
Yeah, Steven's got his weight cap is 212.
Yeah.
So he's got to bulk up to 245 so he can come in at 212 with a dense amount of adequate size.
Keep coming in at like 190.
That was kind of the goal for this year's prep for me, is to make sure we come in really close to the weight cap. Once we can go pro, we'll figure out if we're gonna do a really extensive bulk, so when we do a pro show that we're really adequate, or we might just see where we resonate with all the other pros and go straight into a show. Nothing wrong with an early pro debut.
I did. It was fun.
Yeah.
Got the jitters out of the way, even though it was men's physique and it wasn't classic. I still did one 2 weeks after I got my pro card. And it kind of just gets the jitters out of the way, man. You're just able to kind of go into the next show and just like, yeah, it's a pro show. Yeah, it is. You know, we already did it. So it's like, it takes out that like little mystery. That like, oh crap factor, here's the pro league.
Mine, the one I'm looking at for classic is in November, so it'll give me about 12 weeks. Yeah, since you're not gonna do Texas, so.
Yeah, Texas would have been the 8th, so is Vegas, so.
Yeah, they're both, yeah, they're the same date, but Vegas is a little closer, so. Yeah. Doing the Steve, hopefully doing the Steve Carr Classic Pro Show in November 8th, which would be just a fun pro debut, I feel like, so. And it would just be kind of cool to see where we're at. That pro show has been being held for over 25 years, so it's been around for a long time. So lots of people do it, so I think it would just be fun to see where we're at and who shows up, because it's like a month after Olympia, so it qualifies you for the 2026 Mr. Olympia if you take first. Let's hit the set. Really like to squeeze on this one. What people don't know about me is I'm actually one of the largest natty competitors in the league. Just because it's only a small amount of trend, so it doesn't count. That's just a little poke at my natty friends.
I look so confused right now. I was like,
You're like, wait,
I was like, wait, what?
No, I'm very transparent. This morning we did
Very
a regular.
transparent?
Yeah. Thanks, Niall. We're gonna use your podcast title in here, the Transparent Podcast. Go check it out. Really cool informative stuff to watch. But yeah, so recently switched over to microdosing, so now I do cycle every day, but 6 days a week, 6 days a week technically. But actually, yeah, it's
4 on, 4 off.
a lot less harsh on the body. I feel like side effect wise and pitting wise, you can use a insulin syringe, a lot less damage to the muscle tissue, low inflammation. It's really, really beneficial.
And I feel like, so we've been talking about this for a little while about like microdosing everything instead of trying to like everything that we already do. And doing like a 4-week on, 2-week off, you end up being able to run all year because you have 2 weeks off of your receptors, like trying to ingest that's the liquid, right? And process it. And everything else is already in your system for the slow stuff, so it lasts a month anyway. So, but just better off, smaller dose, absorb more of it, get more out of it, take less. You know, longevity.
I've only been microdosing for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, the progression and strength is way better. Like, I don't feel like I'm aromatizing at all. I barely, like, myself aromatize at a very slow rate. But I feel like even with this, like, it's such low doses that your body is able to convert all of it over into testosterone instead of wasting any of it. So I feel fuller, bigger, stronger. I'm getting leaner faster. So if you guys are cycling and taking stuff, give that method a try. Just know how to properly dose your stuff. A little bit more math goes into it, but it's pretty easy. So
At the end of the day, say you're taking 2 cc's of test a week, right? You're breaking that up into 6-7 days. So as long as you're getting 2 cc's a week, you know, it's just a matter of actually knowing where it is, and that's what he's talking about, the math. But you know, as long as you know how much you're doing and where your coach or whoever's telling you to do whatever you're doing, as long as you know how much, you can microdose it. You know, it's a matter of doing maybe like a 1/4 cc a day or 1/3 of a cc and just going from there. You do a 1/3, that's, you know, 3 shots per, you know, cc. That's 6 days a week because you're doing 2 cc's. Easy peasy. 1 day off.
So yeah, 2 cc's is like 0.33 per every day. So, and that's really easy to dose out on an insulin syringe because you can count each tick.
Yeah.
So super easy to dose out. But 2 cc's for me, so people understand what that like equates to milligram wise. That's going to change depending on the substance you're taking, but like I do 2 cc's a week total of cypionate during this prep, so that's 600 milligrams because I'm doing it's a 1 ml 300 milligram shot, but break that up into 0.33 for 6 shots a week. That comes out to 2 mLs or 2 cc's. So it's, like I said, a little more math. It's pretty simple though, especially if you've been in the game long enough. But if you haven't tried this and you're a pro or an amateur that is enhanced, definitely give it a try.
It just helps your longevity at the end of the day. Like, you want to be in the sport for a while, or at least you want to be on that kind of substance for a while. You're not getting regular blood tests, cycling on and off like normal, or, you know, doing a 4 on, 2 off with microdosing. Longevity's not going to be there, you know. So, like, me and Damien have been talking this ever since I came back from Ireland, so I got some really good information from the guys out there of how they do it, how they stay away from getting pep, which is like a real hard knot of the liquid because there's just so much in an area your body can't absorb it all. And, you know, you look at, like, say, like a 300 milligrams, you put all that in one spot, your body's only going to absorb part of it, you know. It's going to be the majority of it, but not all of it. You're basically wasting it. You might as well microdose it and get everything out of it. So, less likely to get pip, because when you get pip, your body's not going to absorb it all anyway. It just knots up and just stays where it is. You can break it up. So, stay there for another one, yeah? All right.
I've seen a fair amount of pros and inject to, or not even pros, people trying to go pro especially, come into a show with some pip and some inflammation in a delt or glute, and like, yeah, they're not judging you based on, oh, he has an injection site, but that injection site is changing the shape of your muscle tissue now at that point. So they're gonna mark you for that
Structure.
Yeah, because now you don't look as symmetrical. You got one glute that's flat and hard and striated, then you have one that's washed out with no striations because of inflammation. So can't mess up the hair. Superman vibes.
Damn, Damien.
Yeah, we're only
Yeah, I'm not there no more.
second exercise in right now. Like I said, those high amount of carbs is gonna change a lot today for the pump, especially not feeling so flat, having a lot more energy.
I think it's because I've never seen you shredded like this. Like I've always seen you
I've never
full.
been this shredded with that much fucking carbs, so nobody. I've never even seen me like this. But like, it's really bringing out like a lot more striations in my upper body this year.
Turn your head to the side. The other way. Legs the other way. There you go. Now show the delt. Show your chest. Everything. Yep. There you go. Because the light was coming down this way.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to show your chest better.
Yeah.
And we have Fluffy Mango over here.
Captain Fluff.
Yeah, Captain Fluff.
Captain A Fluff.
Captain A Fluffernutter. At least my arm's still good.
Yeah, especially with flies, I've been really focusing on that squeeze and contraction lately. Because naturally my chest isn't like a super striated part of my body. My shoulders are very genetically striated because of my insertions. But I have a short insert into my chest, which is why it looks like I have such a deep cavity, which does like help with certain poses. Doesn't really hinder much for me because I do have a big chest, but the striations is where I feel like I'm lacking, but I feel like that's going to be a lot different this year.
It will be, but it's also like some muscle maturity too.
Yeah.
You know, as you build more and more and more, you're gonna have like
More
just
density.
more there. So when you're gonna have all the individual little bitty lines, you know.
That's why.
Some people aren't, you know, don't have the genetic disposition for that either, and they just have that one split here, and they have the main split for each section of the chest.
Yeah.
So, and that's pretty sweet to watch anyway, because then they end up looking like clay. So it's really interesting the different types of physiques, like the grainy, you know, individual lines, and then you get that real hard clay look with those just the 3 separations between the pec. So
I think they both look,
I like them both.
yeah, they both look really cool. It's just,
If I could only have both at the same time.
like Steve said, just your genetics is going to play a big role in that. I do have like the separated striations. It's just really bringing up that density to make them pop. So having more actual full dense size. But that's why near the end of our chest day, we're going to throw in some side squeezes on the hammer strength.
You're gonna like those.
Really?
He's gonna do them shirtless.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna show you like that like it's a small motion, but man, it hits exactly where you need to, right in the upper chest, into the center. It's just one of its own. So
You guys know what mommy milkers are, but I don't know if you know what daddy milkers are. We're about to show you. Squeeze it out. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
oh yeah. I'm getting there. It's gotta get bigger, a lot bigger.
You know what I also see a lot of people do on this? Well, they'll get that last rep and squeeze, but then they don't really focus on stretching it open on that last rep, which I feel like is the most, you're already super fatigued. I feel like it's the most important rep to get like a good stretch on.
I do too, because the slower you go, the more control you have on it. And if you just kind of like let one side launch versus the other, I feel like the leaner you are, the more potential you have to actually tear something because you're just letting it go. Yeah. You're going from one side to just letting the other side go.
Well, yeah, and you're still squeezing one side, like, and overcompensating. Oh, yeah. Woo. I am Superman, and I will be going up against Lex Luthor on stage for USA's. His actual name is Jacob. He's a team member here at Team Zero Gravity as well. And we lift together sometimes. So I just gotta give him a little shout out, but also give him a little shit. Have fun in second place, bud.
No comment. They're both my friends. I live with one of them. I live with the Lex Luthor. He's the Great White Hope.
He's Nemeth. Nemeth the Behemoth.
What is it? Who calls him Azok?
Oh,
The pale orc.
I can't remember.
So one of our teammates calls him the pale orc, off of The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I always called him if Thanos and Mr. Clean had a baby.
Oh, Mikey. Isn't it Mikey?
Yeah. Bro, it's like Thanos and Mr. Clean had a baby. He's 6'7", 260. Fucking monster. He's lean as shit right now too.
Yeah, Jacob is extremely tall. I thought I was tall, and then I'm like,
He's taller than you?
he's like
6'7".
How tall are you?
He's like 6'6" and 3/4.
Yeah, he's almost 6'7", but yeah, I'm 6'3", barely.
He's got like 3.5 inches on him. That's what she said.
Yeah.
You should probably do this one shirtless, to be honest with you, D.
I will on the next set. This is pretty light anyways.
Yeah. I just went slow and did a contraction of 15, like real slow and squeeze at the top.
Yeah,
Let it come down and stretch a little bit, break into 90. You guys just wish you were as tan as me. Don't worry, it's all fake.
it's all fake. It's all fake.
Just do it in your bathroom tan.
He's also a very pale individual when he's not tan.
So, not usually, but you think you move to California and be like, oh yeah, sunny, I'm gonna be outside all the time. Nope. I'm whiter here than I was when I was in Maine. I used to be tan all the time when I was in Maine.
Same, I was outside all the time in Kansas, but I'm like never outside here.
Booby trap.
That actually hurt my quad.
Yeah, because that's the knee you fucked up yesterday. Or no, yeah, no, it's that leg, yeah.
So this is what Hey, bad boys, walking on the street. Everybody knows that we can't be yeah.
What's gonna hold this man? Nice. Big chest, big chest, big chest, big chest, big chest. Good. Are you 15?
Yeah, still a little light.
I was gonna ask if you want to do it too.
and then pass out. Yeah, don't flex out too hard.
You pass out. FST 99.
Yeah, yeah, but a lot of people don't think about posing in between sets, but it really helps flood blood to where you're training. I think it actually does help a lot with like density and growth. Maybe even help pre-fatigue the muscle a little bit. It makes you out of breath, that's for sure.
Nice and slow and controlled. Keep going. Good. Go past 10 if you can. Get a 12. Good. Push up. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Come on. Good. Slow on the way down. Slow.
Oh yeah. Oh, that one got me. Fuck. I had to stand up like a 9-year-old right there because my legs are sore.
Make it look like I'm not gay. Pump up the weight.
Trey's play check. Just back there all
I'm gonna go OCD, so. Yeah, please, actually. I'll give you a count. I'll go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll go over, yeah? 3, 2, Gucci!
Come on, don't quit. Bite it. Come on. 12. There you go.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it? Yep. Oh, you know, like, your factor in.
Oh no, not today.
Good.
This is Natty Steve.
Natty's. Technically, he's not wrong. Because he's been off for like 3.5 weeks.
And all my stuff was fast acting. So the half-lives for like freaking 4 days. I don't know, like 2 days.
When you were getting water, I was like, what people don't know is I'm one of the biggest natties.
From behind the camera, I was like,
You're
I
like,
was all
what?
confused. I was like,
And I was like, it's only because it's a little bit of trend.
It's only a quarter cc every day.
Every day, yeah. That's what brought up the topic of microdosing was right before you came back over. Yeah, yeah that's what brought that up. Yeah,
Let me give you lips so you don't put an extra thing. Hold up. 3, 2.
Right here, I got it.
Come on. 2. So 3. Come on, finish it 4. Come on, 5. Let's go. Come on, let's go. 6. Come on, 4 more. 7. 8.
Oh, that's it. I got it.
I got it, you're good.
Ooh, you go.
Yeah. I just don't want you to like.
Oh. You know, 3 plates in off season. That was a lot lighter. Oh, way lighter.
I don't know, I'm still trying to find out the determination on the incline hammer.
Yeah.
So I did 5 2 weeks out, but I do 5 a week, like a week after. It's like, it felt the same. I did 14 both times. It's like,
I mean, I definitely in off season I wasn't up to 5 plates, but we did it like a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
So,
5 plates on that hammer over there. That beautiful black thing over there. I love that machine. That thing is just absolutely insane for upper chest.
you better.
Steve to get his captain uniform still.
I know, right?
Then we should go looking like children's hospital.
Dude, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. But you should be capped with the beard.
November.
But what are the kids gonna recognize?
I think
It depends on what suit I get.
Yeah. I think if he's in a
that
Captain
makes
America
sense,
suit, like he'll look like him regardless.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I can right now. I can comb my hair straight back just like him.
That's a good one. Oh. Oh, I'm feeling that first time right now. Come on. Come on, Steve.
Dang, that was a lot heavier than thought. I'm definitely not going to 5. Probably drop back down to 3 and do 15.
Yeah. See how it feels.
It's heavy after all that shit.
I bet.
I expected it to be as heavy as it was, to be honest with you.
My back is stickier than I thought. No, not slippery enough. I got it.
Come on, 10.
Oh shit, that's heavier than that.
Well, I don't want you tearing something. Come on, 5. Let's go. Come on. All the way. All the way, squeeze. Come on. Squeeze.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was way heavier than I thought it was gonna be.
How about 2 for 20?
Yeah, 2 for 20, yeah.
2 for 25.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Like the old days.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Did you hear what protein shakes? I gave you guys protein shakes today if you want one. Just let me know what flavor you want. Come on, dude. Big stretch and squeeze. Better than mine. Let's go. Come on. Way better than mine. Come on. Nice and controlled, man. Let's go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep going. Come on. You need to do half rep, man. Take a breath and try to get full rep. Big breath in. And push. In. Breathe. 1. Get it up all the way. Good. Come on. Down. Take a big breath again. Get yourself set. Big breath in. Push. Breathe. 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 Come on. Again. In and out. Push. Half reps. Pump out halves. 2, 1. Done. Push up.
Oh, God. I got 20.
Yeah, you're in prep, dude. And might be a high day, but all those other low days you had,
Yeah.
that's really what your body's running on right now is those
Yeah.
low days.
Well, yeah, because tomorrow's gonna be.
Tomorrow you're gonna feel everything. From
Yeah,
today.
tomorrow I'll be like, I feel great.
You done? You want to do dumbbell? Quarter turn. Squeeze. Yep. Quarter turn. Good. Forward turn. Front double bicep. Good. Side chest. Nice. Facer. Rear elbow bicep. Face front and back. Classic. Now to the bottom. Classic number 2. Good. Let's go.
Pretty good. Everything feels super tight today. Like, not in a bad way, like just
Body's tight.
popping. Steve and I both pose a lot. We feel like, even for a lot of people, it's an undervalued.
It's an asset.
Right. Yeah, it's just, they don't value it enough, and really, some people have size and get beat in that aspect. So, whether it be core control, holding the legs tight, or just, even a lot of the time, just generally setting up well for a pose quickly.
Just being able to sit and hold it.
Because the longer you can hit it and hold it, the more you're going to get looked at, because they're not going to look at you until you're hitting the pose.
Alright. Front double right here.
Huh? Front double?
Side chest.
I'm gonna fight you now.
Yeah, classic.
So that was chest day, guys, for prep for USA's. Steve and I always hit a good intense workout and posing session after we train. So this is what we're looking like almost 7 weeks out, 7 weeks this coming Saturday. So check out the vlog. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and keep following the page for more. We'll see you guys next time.
See you later, guys.